I'm going to see what is happening on Twitch to make sure the sound is coming through with the video and the thing. Come on, Twitch. What are you doing? You doing anything? I'm going to refresh the page. And there we go. Yeah, we have it. Excellent. All right. And Dementia Radio now. And recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the FuMPCast, and thank you to Dave's Not There TV, who subscribed with his Prime membership. Subscribed for 51 months. So, wow, long time. And there goes Wildcard subscribing, and that started a hype train. Thanks, guys. Wildcard is at 63 months. So, this is cool. Anybody else? We only have 9 subscribers. Anybody else want to resub while we're doing this? Oh, weird Twitch noises. It's fun. All right. Luke is not here this week. This is apparently date night for him and Kalani, so Luke will not be joining us. But I am here with Mike Renneker and Tom Soloka, the Belle Isle Rats. What's up, guys?
Hey. You know, this Luke, where is his priorities? I mean, come on. This is the FuMP show. You don't have a date night on the FuMP show. Come on.
I know, right?
You gotta have your priorities straight, as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
and lots of scarring from the ring through the nose.
We have 2 viewers on Twitch, one of them's me, right now, who are missing Luke. So, you know.
Well, count me as another one.
Okay. So. Well, I know Brett G is in the chat, so then that count must be off. So. Anyway, welcome to episode 822 of the Funny Music Podcast for Thursday, March 19th, 2026. Title of this week's episode is Quizzical Waves, and your job is to work that into our conversation somehow. So let's do the catch-up thing.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week, or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey, what?
No, he's right.
As I said, Luke is out on date night tonight, so it's just me and the rats. And the big news in my world is last weekend I filmed my first SAG film. So once the paperwork goes through, I will be eligible to join the union. So that will be great. And this was a production that was put together specifically for that purpose. It's something my acting teacher did. He was like, hey, you guys are going to need to join the union. Let's make it happen. So he put this production together, reached out to SAG to figure out all the paperwork and everything that was needed, and made it happen. And it was great. So the short film is called Harold's Horrible Hostages. I shared it on my Instagram. I have a separate Instagram for my acting. It's Tom Rockwell 44. So if you want to follow me over there, you can see all this stuff. And I'm one of the hostages that Harold tries to, ransom for money, and it doesn't go well. And I play a white rapper. Surprise. So I was reading the script, and I'm like, this is stupid. What can I do with this? And I mean that in the best way. And I remembered you guys where you guys said we need to stupid this up a bit. I'm like, okay, how can I make this even more stupid? So I came up with a costume for my character, and I'm going to put it on screen now. So this is my character, Strange Hal. And I have a dreadlocks wig, I have grills, I made a hat with a Strange Hal logo, and a whole bunch of face tattoos. And there's a couple other pictures, including a selfie that I took with the actor who played Harold during the shoot over on my Instagram page, so you could take a look at that. But it was a lot of fun. I found out grills suck. Having those things in your mouth, it makes it difficult to talk. They're uncomfortable. it's drool and slobbery mess, and after a while they just started falling out. I don't know how anybody wears those things unironically. It was a nightmare. But the shoot itself was great, and I'm very much looking forward to the end product. My acting teacher loved the costume. He started cracking up when I showed up on set like that. So it was a lot of fun. So that's pretty much all that I've been up to. I've been working on the FuMP Volume 115, but it's not ready yet. So I was hoping to have that ready to announce tonight, but it didn't happen.
Well,
So,
you want to? How was MarsCom? Didn't that just happen?
MarsCon was great. Yeah, we spent a long time talking about it on last week's show.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I didn't. So
So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
like the last the show itself was about like 45-50 minutes, and then there was like another hour and 20 minutes of MarsCon talk with me, Luke, and Ian. So it was a lot of fun. It was great. But yeah, MarsCon was awesome.
I'll have to check that out and listen to it and
Yeah.
catch all the details.
And I was just wondering, you really did a nice job looking the part, but did you come up, or were there any good lines that were nice, funny ones?
Well, the funniest bit is because I rap about half of the lines that I'm talking about. So he's my excuse me. So he's holding me at gunpoint, and I look up and I just start rapping, and he's like, "Why are you rapping? Get me my money!" So that's basically the premise of the whole scene. And then at the end, I take the grills out, and we have a serious heart-to-heart conversation, and then. He lets me go, and as he's letting me go, he starts rapping, and he's terrible at it. And so I just kind of look at him like with this shocked look on my face, and I'm just like, never do that again, So that was really funny. But I didn't write this. I didn't write any of the scenes or anything, so I can't take any credit for the dialogue.
Do they give you any kind of latitude, like if you don't like something that's written, hey, can we change this, or is this you just don't do that, or what's the protocol on
Generally
that?
speaking, that's frowned upon unless it's that type of set. Like on The Office, they were allowed to improvise a lot. With this particular project, my acting teacher told me if I wanted to rewrite the raps, I could, but I decided to just keep them with what he did because, as I said, got to stupid it up a bit. I'm like, I don't want this to be too good,
Yeah.
So the newbie wasn't allowed to ad lib.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, I he's pretty good about that stuff, but because he's not too much of a stickler for things like that. As long as you get the line out and it's close enough to what he wrote, he's fine.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it was great. So what have you guys been up to?
First of all, is that a giant safety pin in your drink, Tom?
What?
Is that a giant safety pin in whatever you're drinking?
Oh no, that's a T-ball.
It looks like a giant. It looks like a giant safety pin. Yeah,
You have to talk or it won't cut to you.
It does. Hey, it sure does look like a safety pin.
just curious. I've never seen it before.
That's the back end. You squeeze it, and then it's two halves of a mesh sphere that split apart, so you can put tea leaves in.
I never figured you for a tea guy, but are you becoming a tea guy, or is this a?
Yeah, it's a good thing to have now and then. Still not into coffee. Coffee smells good. The grounds smell good, but I've never cared.
Another person like me. Yes, I love the smell of coffee, and I hate the taste of it, and I don't drink it. But like, I will intentionally go down the coffee aisle at ShopRite just so I could smell it.
So you guys like the quizzical waves that the aroma of coffee sends out?
Yes, exactly it. I thought I was the only one. It's nice to know there's somebody else out there with my particular brand of dementia. Okay.
Oh man, there's nothing like that first taste of coffee in the morning. I say this to my daughter when I'm driving her to school about every other day. Oh, Cadence, you never know the pleasure of the first sip of coffee in the morning. It's a heavenly thing. But the grounds, liking the grounds is okay too. But if you don't like coffee, you're wrong. But that's okay.
That's fine. I just never drank it, never developed a taste for it. So
That in a way it's good because Starbucks can get expensive. Actually, I don't drink Starbucks. I've got the Keurig thing where you put the cups in and make your own coffee. That's still the best. And I far prefer 7-Eleven coffee to Starbucks.
Oh, really?
Starbucks is a little. it's too dark and artsy fartsy for me. It's the 7-Eleven, the 7-Eleven stuff. Yes, give me that every day.
Hey, you even made it was a Belle Isle Rats tune, Jack Ball, I think, where it's order at Starbucks. How many syllables long? The lyric.
Oh, 20. Yeah, that's
20,
right. Yeah,
20 syllables
ordering
long.
a drink 20 syllables long. I don't think that's a song we've ever played on this show.
No.
But anyway, as far as what's happening out here right now, we're suffering through a massive, unprecedented heat wave in the middle of March. I mean, it's like it was 104 degrees in my van yesterday. It's insane. And my van was in the shop today, so I'm driving around in my wife's car doing my tunings, and my wife's car does not have AC. So driving around on the freeway, 102 degrees, miserable. But
it was 24
this is,
degrees this morning in New Jersey.
Yeah, I know. You guys have got the complete opposite end. And then my mom, who lives in Cadillac, Michigan, she sent. We have this whole family text on WhatsApp, the whole family, and they're getting unbelievable snow, right now, massive amounts of snow in Michigan. And I sent them back a screenshot of the weather, my weather app on my iPhone. Meanwhile, in LA, like 92, But this is like August and September weather. So I don't like it. It's pissing me off. This time last year we had rain. I mean, it was like cold and rain. I much prefer that this time of year.
Yeah, last week it was like 75, 76 here. It was beautiful. And then all of a sudden the temperature plummeted again and we got more snow, and now it was 20 degrees this morning. It's like, I can't win.
Yep. Yeah, it was a few nights ago. It was 67 at midnight, and the temperature just steady downhill until the morning, and it was like 30, 40 degrees cooler the next day.
Well, that's typical of Michigan, but here in March you don't normally get this kind of heat. But man, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. You look at the weather and it's like 98, 97, 96. Nowhere in the foreseeable future is it even going to go into the 70s. So anyway,
let's hope that means your July isn't going to be like 120 or something like that.
No guarantees.
Yeah.
So, other than that, everything's pretty okay. Daughter's doing good. Everything's no one's hurt. All the good things are okay. Standard difficulties of life notwithstanding, as I
indeed
prone to say. So,
Tom?
Yeah, same here. Things just cruising along.
Cool.
Be heading to Chicago tomorrow.
Oh, nice. What brings you to Chicago?
I got a lady friend that lives there.
Ah, okay.
But a few weeks ago, I was able to do my driving job where I deliver vehicles, and I went to Pensacola, then New Orleans, and then finally to Corpus Christi.
Oh, wow. That's a haul.
So in the middle of February, I brought my bike, and I biked from Corpus Christi to San Antonio.
Jeez. You're a beast.
He regularly bikes from Detroit to Chicago, so I mean,
I was just going to ask if you were going to bike to Chicago or if you're like driving.
Not now. I'm got to wait for the weather to get better.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Then I'll bike to Chicago.
All right.
Maybe I'll try a different route this time. I use different routes here and there.
All right. So tell us give us a quick intro to the Bob Alarm, and we will give it a listen.
Well, this is yet another Belle Isle Rats song that is absolutely setting the world on fire with zero comments whatsoever from anybody. So, it's we'll talk about it on the other side. It's got there's kind of a weird story to it, but let's just give it a spin and we'll talk about it on the other side.
All right, here is the Bob Alarm by the Belle Isle Rats.
604 fuel supply and store early in the morning at 6th and Rosser. Mo and Mark lighting up the dark, eating Pop-Tarts by the new dishwashers. Meanwhile, farther up the street, shuffling his feet in a wrinkled jacket, comes a man living in his van, doesn't understand why he causes such a racket.
And now the chain reaction starts. Once there goes the bubble alarm. Attention everybody, it's the bubble
Ground floor, huge department store west of Baltimore. Everybody's shopping for new clothes, clack radios, and cheap garden hose with the cameras watching. Then the sound of the crowd is replaced by a loud and obnoxious blaring. Cause guess who just walked through the front door and now everybody's glaring. And so the chain reaction starts. Whoops, there goes the bubble alarm. Attention everybody, it's the bubble alarm. Even though he's just walking around, gotta be on guard when the bubble alarm goes off. He set off a siren at the DMV, and that place went freaking bonkers. He set off another one at 12:03 at some old folks' home in Yonkers. He triggers false alarms every time he steps into some place of business, and thus his pitiful life's a wreck, and nobody knows why. Nobody knows why.
I would have forward to I would know, but Ford Airport would be cool.
Gotta be on guard when the bubble alarm goes off. Gotta be on guard when the bubble alarm goes off. Whoops, there goes the bubble alarm. Attention everybody, it's the bubble alarm. Even though he never does anything wrong, gotta be on guard when the bubble alarm goes off.
Okay, so care to explain this one?
What do you have to say for yourself, mister?
It actually started with the band I play with during the summer. We do this song called Hey Pocky Way by the Meters. And I've always loved that kind of, he has a groove similar to this song, and that's kind of where I got the idea. That Meters, New Orleans, Dr. John kind of New Orleans feel with the dunk on the snare drum. And I just thought, man, that'd be cool to do a Rat song with that feel. So the genesis of the song was basically wanting to do a song with that feel. And originally, the working title when Tom came out to record it was Ring the Stupid Bell. And it was basically going to be about, a stupid idea comes into society. Oh, let's ring the stupid bell, flat earth or whatever, defund the police, whatever. Let's ring the stupid bell. But then I realized, that's very similar lyrical territory to other stuff that we have. And I didn't want like every song to be about, some stupid little societal thing that happens. So then literally what happened was I went into the grocery store one day to the local Ralph's right on the corner. I walked in and the alarm went off. Just coincidentally. And I thought, right then I go, ooh, I know. It could be about a guy who just sets off alarms every time he goes into a store. And within 10 seconds, I had the Bob alarm. And that was it. That no more ring the stupid. Okay, great. Now that's a whole new thing. And that's ripe for stupidity, that title. And so having that idea, the song pretty much wrote itself. So one little side note. In the bridge where there's that funk groove breakdown, there's this kind of goofy voice happening in there. Mm. That's our friend. We have a friend in Detroit named Steve Tocco, who we've known for years and years and years. In fact, he engineered the very first Belle Isle Rats session back in Warren, Michigan in 1981. He has this character. Tom, fill him in on the quiet dumb guy character.
Oh, yeah. If I remember right, it just came about when he was at home. I wasn't there to witness this. But or maybe I was. It doesn't matter. He was, I think, under a desk or something, under a table, trying to do something, and then he went to get out, and he whacked his elbow on a leg or something, and then out of nowhere, he just came up with this dumb voice going,
"Ow, 40p, ow, that's 40p, ow."
So the guy speaks with this very, very soft voice, and he's just the dumb guy. And his grammar is awful. Everything is.
What would his word be? Not fun.
And he could do it a lot better than that, but that's pretty much it. He's just the quiet, dumb guy. And then when he gets angry, there's just like a little burst of loud, like, I don't want to know, what that.
So that's not the low voice I was hearing, was it?
Oh no, that was Mr. Low. I was actually
that's me doing Mr. Low.
That
Mike gives the audience, our audience, all 6 people watching this, can hear Mr. Low all by himself.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nice.
I think I've had some saliva come out there.
Nice.
But no, Steve, he's like a master of accents and impersonations. One time we were golfing up in, we all went to Cadillac, Michigan, my parents' house, one maybe 20 years ago. And we were all playing on the golf course, and Steve went into this character of the profane Hindu, and we were dying. Everybody, it's just, I won't even attempt it, but it's just, he's got so many funny voices. He had one voice that they use actually on a commercial in Detroit for pizza. It's this like Italian guy. He just does all these characters, and he's like super funny. So I'm glad to finally get him, at least his voice on a Belle Isle Rats song for doing the quiet dumb guy.
That's awesome. It sounds like that's the type of character you need to feature more often.
I mean, God knows he's got enough of them. We could, maybe that'll become another sort of running thing in Belle Isle Rats songs. Was one of Steve's impressions, but and he's got tons of gig stories too. He's like one of the top drummers in Detroit. He does all these gigs in Detroit, and he's got so many he's got so many horrible gig stories. Man, he's the best guy for like bad gig stories. I'm sure we've all got a few of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have too many, thankfully, but
I'll tell you one of my best ones. We used to play the Grove in LA all the time, and whenever we would play there, not any time, but there was this one guy. I may have told this. I may have mentioned this already. Did I ever mention the story about the Saudi prince Elvis impersonator with Down syndrome?
I want to say it rings a bell, which is scary. So, maybe not.
Maybe.
Well, there was this guy. He was on the spectrum. He had Downs, but he loved Elvis and he loved to come and see us. But he was part of this royalty from Saudi Arabia, and whenever he came to the Grove, he had bodyguards around him. We know because this guy's like looking like this. And he would just come and see us, and he'd go, "Hey guys, how you doing?" I'm not trying to make fun of him, but that's just the way he talked, So one time, he loves Elvis. So one time he hired us to come and do a birthday party up at this big mansion in Beverly Hills off of Cherokee Avenue. So we go up there to go do his birthday party. And
wait, was this a Belle Isle Rats gig, or was this some other band gig?
No.
Okay.
This is just this band I play with in LA. It's got nothing to do with the Belle Isle Rats.
Okay.
It's my band I play with. And so we get there, and it's basically his birthday party, and what he wanted to do was have us be his backing band, and he would put on the full-on Elvis costume. His family's got money, so they had him a full-on Elvis jumpsuit made personally just for him. And so we're playing in this big front room in this mansion. There's maybe 30 or 40 relatives out there, and we're behind him, and he starts off with the following joke. And again, I'm not making fun of him. This is just how he sounds. He goes, "Who's a better entertainer, me or Michael Jackson?" "Me, because I'm still alive."
Jeez.
That was the first thing out of his mouth. We're all going, "Oh." But I mean, the funny thing was like one of the Elvis songs, there's that song, "All Shook Up," "I'm in love." Boom. "I'm all shook up." Mm-hmm. His timing was so bad that we all came in on that bump at different times. "I'm in love." "I'm all shook up." No one could feel where the one was because of the way he sang it. But anyway, it went on like that. But so that was a good one. The mentally challenged Saudi Elvis impersonator prince.
There's a combination. That's one of those things where like if they did it in a movie, nobody would buy it. They'd be like, "Yeah, no, that's never gonna happen,"
And I've certainly got my share of gig horror stories and funny anecdotes from gigs, but I just remembered something about that trip, the bike thing I was talking about in Corpus Christi to San Antonio, that I can't imagine how I forgot to mention it before, and you're going to understand why as soon as you hear it, because I now know what it feels like to be in a low-end motel room and have the shower curtain flung aside while I'm taking a shower.
Oh, jeez.
No. That sounds like something out of No Country for Old Men, but thankfully you weren't shot.
Yeah, it was the next morning, and I'm just showering up before I head out, and then just like very vigorously flung aside. And I see this old guy, he looked like an old Indian guy. He's like grabbing towels, and I'm just standing there like, and then he finally looked up at me, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Can I see your penis?
Yeah, it's like, what the? And I'm thinking, is he deaf? Because all my stuff was still in the room. My bike was in the room. The shower was going.
Yeah,
And
it's not
somehow
hard to tell that there's a shower running when you're in a
it's like-
room.
I'm just like, and it almost like instantly I could sense like, okay, he doesn't seem like a threat. And I don't know how I knew that, but it just a few seconds looking at it, and like, again, what the fuck? And I thought, am I supposed to clock this guy now or what? But he ended up leaving, and I'm thinking, well, that just happened.
Was he like with the cleaning crew or?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm thinking, how did you not register that this is not an empty room?
I mean, at least he didn't like do with the knife and
Yeah.
you know.
Like, jeez, that would have made more sense.
Hopefully we won't be seeing a Forensic Files episode featuring him anytime soon.
Yeah.
Man.
That's kind of
That's
terrifying,
insane.
actually.
Yeah, that's
And that's why I lock the bathroom door even when I'm alone in my hotel room.
No, I guess now I'll make sure I have that bolt thing closed all the way. And
Yeah.
but okay, well, there is the story.
well, you always did have the reputation for staying at rather low end hotels.
And this one,
As we mentioned before, the pillow boogers.
Pillow boogers. That's what I was trying to think of what
Yeah.
you guys called it.
Yeah.
yeah, that one wasn't a full on pillow booger. It was pillow booger adjacent. It was like, it was okay.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have felt comfortable staying there with a woman. She would have probably said, let's find somewhere
There's,
nicer.
one too many pillow boogers here.
Although that's when you know you found the right woman, if she's okay with the pillow booger
That's
and still
true.
loves you afterwards.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good test of the sincerity of any romance. I don't know. Like
When we
farting,
went
you know,
to
so-
Alcon in 1998, we didn't stay at the Con Hotel. We really should have, but we didn't have a lot of money at the time. So I stayed at the cheapest hotel I could find, which was a motel outside of Chicago, and like it was, I want to say like $35 a night for the two of us, and like we got there and like the number on the door was written in a Sharpie on the door.
What did they call
Classy.
themselves? Motel 5?
It was something like, it was like Motel 4.5 or something like that. You know, it was nasty, but you know, we didn't get killed. And it was, you know, it had a bed and did not have roaches or bed bugs. That's kind of all I cared about. So,
Remember one time when we were in Detroit, maybe 15, 20 years ago, my wife and I stayed it was like a Best Western by the airport, and it was nice, but the particular room felt really dank and like it was like just moist. It's like, ugh. We actually had them give us a different room, which was better, but something weird about that room. I don't know what we didn't like want to sleep there because it just felt like someone sprayed a fine mist of something all over the, you know.
maybe you're above like the washer and dryer or something.
Maybe,
Or
I
the
don't know.
pool. I don't know. Or do they have a hot tub or something?
It was the
Who knows?
portal to hell.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. So you guys planning on making any new music soon? Getting back together?
Well, yeah, what's going to happen? I'm not sure when. Maybe this year, maybe the next year. Definitely, it'll either be this year or the next year. We've already got some ideas. We're throwing. I've got about 6 or 7 titles and ideas that that can become Rats tunes.
Excellent.
And, the the inspiration could hit at any time, anywhere, as you well know.
Oh yeah,
And it tends to come when you're doing mundane stuff, you know.
that's when your
Cutting the
brain
grass.
is wandering. Yep. Usually it's a time when you don't have any way to write it down too. That's what I've found.
Well, Tom has come up with two good ideas already. We want to we might even recruit you on this. We have like doing a thing like because we haven't done any rap stuff, but like maybe like the rapper, but the rapper's really humble. Instead of like being over the top, and he's like really modest and humble, and
Yeah, he's actually not grateful, but he's actually complimentary.
Oh, okay.
Instead of always dissing all the other rappers and they don't know shit, and he's recognizing their strengths. And
Sure, I could do that. I could absolutely do that.
Have you ever heard anything like that before? Like it's kind of like a rap parody of the whole genre.
Yeah, I want to say that I think somebody has done something similar to that, but I don't remember what. There's a British rapper named Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer, I believe is what he goes by, and he's done stuff adjacent to that. It's not exactly what you described, but he's kind of posh, upper lip type rapper. He's really good too.
Well, isn't there a genre of rap called mumble rap?
Yes, there is.
would
Thankfully,
be-
it seems to have been dying out. But
Yes,
yeah,
'cause if it's what I think it is, it's just intolerable. But this would be
it's
humble
atrocious. Yeah, I can't with the mumble rap. I can't listen to it. I've tried. I just like there's no beat, there's no melody, there's no rhythm, there's no vocals. It's just
So we would be doing humble rap.
Yep.
There.
I think you'd be just the guy for it too. Maybe this will be a collaboration at some point later on.
Yeah, be happy to.
Be awesome. And then Tom also had another idea of like doing like a James Bond 007 kind of thing. So we're coming up with a secret incontinent agent man. You know? You can imagine the lyrical possibilities with that. I've already got some lyrics for it.
Yep.
So the ideas just never stop. Like I say, it's that old river of stupidity. And now, Tom's coming up with some great stuff too, some ideas. So
Sailing down the river of stupidity.
Yes.
Oh,
when
yes.
You have to go. You have to go.
But so I don't know that maybe later this year, definitely if not this year, then the following year. It just really depends on our schedules and what kind of hell life throws your way.
Indeed.
So
Cool. All right. So do you guys have anything you'd like to plug?
BelleIsleRats.com. All of our songs are cataloged on all the major streaming services, and we have been posting some stuff on TikTok lately, and it's done a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, it tends to.
But you know what? The thing with it, you got to be on it all the time, and I just don't have time.
Yeah,
I just,
same. That's why I
I've been
don't bother.
I've been wanting to sit down and do this idea I've got that we've already shot the video for, but every time I need like a couple of hours of unencumbered time where I don't have distraction.
Yeah.
And that's just rare.
Yep.
For me at this point in my life. Maybe a couple of years things will settle down, but it's not for lack of trying.
Cool.
And even if it never goes anywhere, just the joy of doing it and writing the music and being able to do this and like I don't care if I make it big. It's okay to make it small.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
So
For the love of the game.
yeah, exactly.
For the love of the stupid.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to move on to Joe's song and play his interview. Are you guys going to stick around or are you taking off?
Probably going to split. I got to go do
Yeah.
some work on a piano
Take
action
off.
here.
Okay. Well, thank
Okay.
you for joining us.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
We will catch you next
See ya.
time.
Yep.
Later.
Thank you.
This is the FuMP.
Links, load of stuff. How is he not collapsing? Looking links, load of stuff. Gotta be really taxing on his delts and his back. Even when he is napping, he wears links, load of stuff. Links, load of stuff.
I ate turkey and cranberries, potatoes and stuffing, green bean casserole even though it's disgusting, pumpkin pie, mac and cheese, and now I have diabetes.
There's nothing jolly in my house today, but the star atop my tree, it reminds
Santa. Why didn't you come? I don't understand at all. I wrote you a letter. I even went to see you at the mall.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com.
Home Alone, Christmas Carol, 40 movies with Will Ferrell, Chevy Chase, Walmart, Bludgeon Me with Hallmark, Sugar Plum, Fairy Mary, Kris Kringle's Kids, Sniggle, Do You Jingle All the Way?
Time for funny music news. Something, something, something.
In the news, I was hoping to have FuMP 115 ready to announce and discuss in the news today, but it didn't happen. So hopefully next week. And I don't have any other news. The only thing I can mention is that Afroman won his case, if you heard about this. I don't know if Afroman considers himself a comedian, but Because I Got High is definitely a humorous song, so I'm going to mention it. His house was raided by the police back in 2022, I believe it was, and they did a whole bunch of damage, and they stole a bunch of stuff, and he wrote, after the charges against him were dropped because they didn't find anything, he wrote some song about it, and then the police sued him for defamation, and they wanted like millions of dollars in damages, and they lost. So, yay for free speech. And that's all I have as far as news goes. So, tour dates. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goody hosting at the Bluebird. Sundays online, 2 Sleeps. Last Sunday of each month on Facebook, Lauren Mayer. Mondays online, Steve Goody and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. Wednesdays in San Francisco, California, Ben Vicini. On the 1st in Voorheesville, New York, Drew Jacobs. On the 2nd in Indio, California, Jefferson De Leon. On the 3rd in Garden City, New York, Carla Ulbrich. On the 4th in Oakland, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. And on the 4th in Muncie, Indiana, Mikey Mason. All right. Second song of the week, new one by Joe J. Thomas. Here is Happy Birthday from Christopher Walken.
Oh, hi. I don't know your name, but my name's Christopher, and someone told me I should be walking in here 'cause it's your birthday. So, my piano player, Johnny May, will play the song and I will sing to you. Happy birthday to you, person I don't know. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, person. Johnny, you're playing a little fast. It's crazy. Johnny, slow down. Okay, I've lost control of Johnny May. He's wild. He's going crazy crackers. So, I hope you have a good day, but I gotta leave. Johnny's gone off the rails. It's out of my control. One more try. Johnny, it's really bad now. He's insane. I'm going. You might want to run. Or at least get walking.
I am here with Joe J. Thomas. How you doing, Joe?
Hello. I'm okay.
So tell us about Christopher Walken's birthday, or what was it? Happy birthday from Christopher Walken. There it is.
Happy birthday from Christopher. Well, so I haven't gotten to use Christopher's voice in anything like official, but I've been doing him since probably improv 20, 30 years ago. We used to have a bunch of us, and occasionally we'd do entire scenes, which everybody was just Christopher Walken, which is kind of funny. So it's always in the back of my head. It's also one of the forbidden voices in my house. My wife does not like Christopher Walken's voice, so I'm not allowed to do that one. But
okay.
So I'm browsing through piano stuff because I'm learning piano, and I run into this teacher called Johnny May, who does piano with Johnny, and he's got a video where he's playing Happy Birthday in a bizarre way of styles. And so I'm like, oh, this is good. This would match like a Christopher Walken birthday message. So I send him a note. I'm like, hey, I like your music. I was thinking of using your music as a background for, a Christopher Walken happy birthday thing. And I didn't know if he was gonna. He's like, yeah, sure, just give me a credit, and I'm like, okay. So I put it together, and it was just kind of off the top of my head. There's no like planning involved in it at all. It's just the music starts. It's like, hi, it's me, Christopher, and he just goes off on his tangent, which seems to be pretty much him.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's on brand for him.
Yeah. So I was kind of surprised nobody had done. Are there a lot of Walken songs on the FuMP?
Not that I know of. Let me do a search. Money Shot Cosmonauts has a song called "I Got a Fever." Where I believe who did the Walken impression on that? Luke did.
Oh, Luke did that.
Yeah. So, and there's actually a video for it. So that's an old one though. That's from 2009.
Luke and I have accidentally been on the same wavelength. I sent him a note because I thought of a polka song that I was going to do, and I'm scanning through polka music, and I find this old public domain polka, and he's already got it as a piece of one of his polka things. And so I said to him, like, hey man, do you mind if I use this too? He's like, nah, go for it. It's different. It's a different concept. So
you're not going to do the Hanna-Barbera polka? No,
that was classic though. I really loved that one. That worked out great. Yeah. Yes. No, I'll give you a hint. Just between you and me and anybody who's watching,
and the three people who are watching,
I'm doing a polka that features Weird Al, who travels through time and comes back and steals my songs.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I don't think that's been done.
It has not. There is a sci-fi book about it. Is it a book? Where this guy goes to like an alternate universe where the Beatles didn't exist, but he still knows all their songs, so he writes them.
There's a movie of that.
They did make a movie of that. Okay,
they made a movie of it, and the movie turned out pretty good because it was true to like his memory, because he couldn't remember. He's sitting there singing through the song, trying to remember the right lyrics, because nobody else remembers the Beatles at all. Yeah. He's like, oh, okay. He eventually runs into a couple people who do remember the Beatles, and they're really thankful to him that he's brought the music back from wherever it went. But it was a fun film.
So, in my world, I'd go to a world where Weird Al doesn't exist, and I'd have to recreate all his parodies. But with my luck, the original songs wouldn't exist either. So I'd be doing a parody of a song that doesn't exist, and nobody would care.
I caught an interview with Al, and he said he was talking about his timing was perfect because you had record labels and radio stations that would get together, and everybody knew the same song.
Yeah.
And now it's so spread out.
Yeah.
He has to pick a song that's so popular to parody, because otherwise people are like, well, what song is he parodying? Because I never heard that one.
Yeah, that's kind of the boat I'm in now. Especially with rap, it's hard. But because I need to wait for a song to kind of go viral, to in order to decide that it's good enough to parody. That's why I parodied WAP, because that kind of hit the mainstream consciousness when that one hit.
Yeah. So my Weird Al idea actually came from the fact that I thought of a song to parody, and Weird Al had already done it. And I went, oh, man, he went back in time and stole my idea. So, yeah.
Yep, I've had that happen where I parodied a song, and then Al did it, and I was like, well, I really shouldn't even bother releasing my version now, should I? And then there was, we have on the FuMP, Carla Ulbrich did Grapefruit Diet, completely not realizing that was a Weird Al song.
Yeah. So now I always check just in case he's already.
It happens. I mean, it's great minds and all.
The one I was looking at was Billy Ray Cyrus's, "Achy Breaky Heart."
Yeah,
and he's done that. He's done that one. Don't play that song, that achy breaky song. And
yeah,
I'm like, oh,
that's a great one. Yeah,
it's perfect. I don't need to do anything. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right, so have you done anything that has come out recently that you're on that you could talk about?
Yes. Yes.
Hallelujah.
If you have Crunchyroll, you can you can hear me do the voice of Jack on Fate, Strange Fake, which is a running series. And Jack is, I think he's been in a sword, he's been in a watch, he's a spirit, and they call him Jack because he was the spirit of Jack the Ripper, but he's kind of more than that.
Okay.
And so it's a really kind of supernatural, interesting battle series. But it's been getting a lot of TikTok-y airplay. So
Cool.
Fate,
Cool.
Strange Fake.
I've never heard of it, but it sounds neat.
Yeah, just that.
All right, cool. Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
JoesDump.com.
JoesDump.com.
That's it.
All right, well, thank you for joining us,
Thank you.
and we will catch you next time.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback. 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 You know that segment of the show we do about now? Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback.
Hello there, I'm Jace McLean.
Jace McLean wrote, "Thank you for the nice words about the Holy Bongwater set at MarsCon. Yes, we have been hard at work writing and recording music, planning a full-length album, but let it be known that we are the first going to release an EP of Disney parodies called When You Rip Upon a Bong. We had actually planned to finish it and have it available at MarsCon this year, but unfortunately there were unforeseen circumstances that prevented us from finishing it in time. Should be out soon enough, though, and it will be available through Needle Juice Records, of course." Thank you, Jace. And over on YouTube, A-Log!
Oh my god, it's you, not again!
Excuse me. A-Log wrote, "Glad to see you guys had a great time at MarsCon, and I'm even more happy that Luke is feeling better at the serenity that is MarsCon. And here's hoping I'll play those new parodies you guys get when they premiere." Thank you, A-Log. That's it for feedback.
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job.
Yeah. Tomorrow's song is by Steve Goody. And Tuesday's song is by The War Crimes. And for this week's Spotify playlist, I'm going to do like dating and relationships. Not necessarily love songs, but dating and relationship songs. All right. Joe J. Thomas is at joesdump.com. The Belle Isle Rats are at belleislerats.com. And that's a show. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice, and the Rats were here, and so was Joe. Pre-recorded, sort of.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
"Damn it, why haven't you watched The Muppet Show yet?"